Joel Rubin. Joel, let's first start with the hostages, I think, as everyone's holding their breath, right, for Monday or Tuesday, as the president outlined there. And he was asked, what if Hamas is not able to find all of the bodies in the amount of time designated? This is a big question right now.
Well, it is, because Hamas doesn't control every single person. There are other splinter groups, there are other factions, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, for example, that have taken hostages and bodies as well. But Hamas is responsible for coordinating. There is a deadline. They did sign up to it, and they do need to deliver. And so I think there will be a little bit of wiggle room, but not a lot. They need to all come out.
What did you think about what you heard from him there in that cabinet meeting? He's vague on a lot of things. Yeah. He has an interest in preserving this progress, no doubt. What did you think?
Well, you know, Brianna, we've had ceasefires before, and then they didn't lead to anything. And I think what's different now is that this is the final ceasefire regarding hostage releases. This is the one that should close that open wound that Israel feels. And from that, now there's a chance to pivot to longer term solutions, more stability, more security for the Palestinians and for the Israelis. That's new. And so I do think the president's right to be a little cautious on proclaiming peace in our time and that everything is resolved. He's focusing on the immediate. That needs to get done. But once that's done, we are in a very new dynamic.
What does that look like when we look at the next steps? Because there is a lot of work to be done about what this looks like after the ceasefire. Trump saying Gaza will be slowly redone. Some vague discussion of what the security situation is going to look like.
Well, it's going to be incredibly complicated, not just on the ground, but politically inside of Israel and amongst the Palestinians as well, because Hamas is still there. And for there to be real progress in Gaza, they have to go. They can't have a leadership role. They can't control the money flow. But you need money from the Gulf states and elsewhere to rebuild. And so this next phase of how to move Hamas out, that's crucial. It's not been defined, but it is certainly a goal. And all the countries that signed up to this process, they know that that has to happen if they're going to see any better future for the Palestinians.
How do the Gulf states work to ensure that?
Well, we've got diverse Gulf states in this issue as well, right? We have Qatar that came in late and really put pressure on Hamas to release hostages. We have the UAE, which has peace with Israel. Saudi Arabia behind the scenes, the big behemoth that may be sort of the white whale for peace with Israel. All of them in the Gulf Cooperation Council have to work together as a unified body. And this is where American diplomacy matters, and it's very important to point this out. We should not and cannot walk away. We have to continue to engage all of these players on a repetitive, consistent, structured basis to get all of these answers done. Otherwise, we're going to see it fall apart, and we're going to see the parties go back to their quarters.
Trump told Fox last night that the administration is forming a council of peace to maintain a lasting end to the conflict. It appears to be this reference to the board of peace included in the 20-point plan from last month. What are the most crucial questions that you have about how that is going to be run and how that will work for U.S. diplomacy?
Well, it's going to be the ultimate question of governance. Who is making the decisions for the Palestinians? Will it be a Palestinian Authority? Will it be some other entity? And how will they interact with this Board of Governors, this international entity, to attract and bring in investment and provide security guarantees for Israel so that Israel does not feel the need to go back in and resurface this war. But I think ultimately the governance questions and the Palestinian leadership outside of Hamas, that's the most crucial question.
Joel Rubin, thank you so much for being with us at this critical point. We appreciate it.